Scars run deeper than the skin. They carve into the soul, leaving behind traits that transform a person forever. Those who've suffered immensely don't just survive, they are reshaped, their pain forging a heightened empathy, unyielding independence, and a relentless pursuit of control. This is the silent legacy of suffering. Let's uncover its profound impact. 1. Heightened empathy, the gift that feels like a curse. One of the most striking traits of those who've endured deep suffering is heightened empathy. These individuals aren't just compassionate, they seem to feel the world in a way that's almost otherworldly. It's as though their hearts resonate on a frequency that picks up what others miss entirely. You've likely seen it before. Someone who instinctively knows when a friend is upset, even if they've said nothing. Someone who can sense tension in a room just by walking in. They don't just notice the obvious signs, they catch the subtle ones. A faint change in tone, a forced smile, or the slight slump of shoulders. But where does this come from? It often stems from their own experiences of being unseen or unheard. People who've suffered deeply know what it feels like to sit in silence, waiting for someone to notice their pain, only to find no one does. So they develop this incredible sensitivity, almost as a vow. I won't let others feel as invisible as I did. It's a gift, but one that comes with a heavy price. Imagine living in a world where you don't just hear conversations, you feel every unspoken sorrow, every unshared worry. It's exhausting. And yet these individuals rarely complain. They're the ones who stay late at work to check on a struggling colleague, or who offer help to a friend even when they themselves are barely holding on. But here's the unspoken truth. Empathy, when unbalanced, can become a burden. Carrying the weight of everyone else's emotions leaves little room for their own. These silent healers often forget to heal themselves, putting their own needs last because they've convinced themselves that others come first. And yet it's not their fault. They've simply been shaped by life in this way. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes in. Stoic philosophy teaches that while compassion is vital, setting boundaries is just as important. It's not selfish to protect your energy. It's necessary for survival. For those who carry this gift, the challenge lies in finding that balance. Learning that empathy doesn't mean carrying the weight of the world alone. 2. Hyper-independence, a fortress built from betrayal. Then there's hyper-independence, another trait often born from pain. You've probably met someone who insists, "I don't need anyone." On the surface, it sounds like a declaration of strength, a testament to self-sufficiency. But if you look closely, you'll see the cracks beneath the armor. Hyper-independence isn't confidence, it's self-preservation. It's the result of learning, often the hard way, that depending on others can lead to disappointment. Imagine being let down time and time again by people who were supposed to help, by promises that vanish like smoke. Over time, the lesson becomes ingrained. If I don't rely on anyone, no one can let me down. This mindset shows up in the smallest details. Think of the person who insists on carrying all their grocery bags in one trip, even if their arms are aching, or the one who tackles every household repair themselves, even if it takes twice as long as asking for help. It's not about efficiency, it's about control, and it doesn't stop there. Hyper-independence shapes bigger decisions too, like avoiding relationships because vulnerability feels too risky, or refusing to ask for help at work even when it's desperately needed. But while this fortress of independence protects, it also isolates. The very walls that keep out disappointment also keep out connection. Deep down, hyper-independent people often crave closeness. They long for someone to say, "Let me help you," and mean it. But the fear of being let down again keeps them from lowering their guard. This too is a survival mechanism, a shield forged in the fires of past betrayals. Yet here's the paradox. True strength doesn't lie in going it alone. Even the strongest fortresses can crumble without support. Stoic philosophy reminds us that humans are interdependent by nature. It's not a sign of weakness to lean on others, it's a sign of trust. For those who struggle with hyper-independence, the path forward is about finding small ways to let people in. Maybe it starts with something as simple as accepting a helping hand or letting someone else take the lead. It's a slow process, but one that can lead to profound freedom, the kind that comes from realizing you don't have to carry the world on your shoulders. 3. Relentless pursuit of perfection, the never-ending race. If there's one trait that reveals the inner battle of someone who's suffered, it's perfectionism. This isn't just about being detail-oriented or wanting to do well. It's about striving for an impossible standard to quiet an unrelenting inner critic. To the outside world, perfectionists seem driven, focused, and accomplished. But beneath that polished surface is often a storm of self-doubt. They're not chasing success, they're running from failure. This relentless pursuit often begins early in life. Perhaps love or validation was tied to achievement, a high grade, a spotless performance, a perfect presentation. Over time, the message becomes clear. If I'm perfect, I'm safe. If I make no mistakes, I won't be criticized. And so the cycle begins. Every email is rewritten 3 times before being sent. Every task is double and triple checked. And even when a goal is achieved, it doesn't feel like enough. The bar is always raised higher. But here's the heartbreaking irony. Perfectionism doesn't protect, it imprisons. It steals joy, making every victory feel hollow because the focus is always on what could have been better. It creates a world where good enough is never enough, where rest feels like failure, and where peace is always just out of reach. For those caught in this trap, the wisdom of Stoicism offers a way out. Stoic thinkers remind us to focus on what we can control, our effort and intentions, rather than outcomes. Perfection doesn't exist, and chasing it only leads to exhaustion. The real challenge is learning to embrace imperfection, to see flaws not as failures, but as part of the beauty of being human. After all, life isn't about flawless performances, it's about authentic experiences. 4. Emotional guarding. A fortress of the heart. Don't let them see you cry. How many times has this phrase echoed in the minds of those who've been hurt? Emotional guarding is a natural response to pain, built brick by brick with every betrayal, dismissal, or time vulnerability was used against them. This trait looks like forced smiles, changing the subject when conversations get too personal, or responding to "How are you?" with "I'm fine," even when the truth is far from it. It's easier to be the listener than the sharer, because opening up feels like opening the door to more hurt. But here's the thing about walls. They don't just keep the pain out, they also keep love out. People who emotionally guard themselves often end up feeling isolated, even when surrounded by others. The world doesn't see their struggles because they've become experts at hiding them. What would it feel like to let someone see the real you? Emotional guarding doesn't have to mean shutting everyone out forever. It's about choosing wisely, letting in those who've proven they deserve your trust. Vulnerability, when shared with the right people, doesn't make you weaker, it makes you stronger. 5. The need for control, anchored in fear. Control is the 5th and final trait, and it's one that provides a sense of stability in an unpredictable world. Double-checking locks, triple-checking emails, and feeling a wave of panic when plans change. These are all signs of someone who clings to control as a way to feel safe. This need often stems from a time when life felt chaotic, and control was the only way to survive. For some, it's about micromanaging every detail. For others, it's about avoiding spontaneity altogether. But control, like any anchor, can weigh a person down if it's held too tightly. The irony is that life's beauty often lies in its unpredictability. By trying to control everything, people risk missing out on the joy of unexpected moments. Stoicism teaches a powerful truth. Focus on what you can control, your attitude, your effort, your reactions, and let go of the rest. It's not about abandoning responsibility, it's about finding balance. So what would happen if you let go? Just a little. Would the world fall apart, or would you finally feel free? If any of these traits resonate, it's not because you're broken, it's because you've survived. These traits are the armor you've forged in life's fires, the tools you've used to navigate a world that hasn't always been kind. But armor gets heavy, doesn't it? Tools, while useful, aren't meant to be held forever. What if you started to let go? What if you let someone see your scars instead of hiding them? True strength lies not just in enduring pain, but in the courage to heal. You've already proven your resilience. Now perhaps it's time to allow yourself to embrace the beauty of vulnerability. If this video struck a chord with you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to help others uncover the beauty in their own scars. Which of these traits felt like looking in a mirror? Share your story in the comments below, because your journey could inspire someone else to heal. Thank you for watching. Your resilience is your superpower.